7,000 shows with it over the years. So it's you know.
Be a violin maker in Lansing that was dynamite fixing guitars.
Oh yeah, and there's still elderly instruments down there, which really is one of the best places for instruments and repair. Yeah.
Everybody, we're called Mustard's Retreat. My name is Libby Glover. This is my partner, David Tamulevich, and we're from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
We're so glad to see you all here, and we've gotten to spend the last couple of days. 2 days ago, we were down in Wisconsin, and we came up and we were all the way up. Stayed in Houghton, went up all the way up to Copper Harbor. Had the day here in Marquette.
The beauty of Michigan. So we've been together 51 years. This is our 51st, I guess, year.
52nd.
52nd year. You lose. Sometimes when I'm singing, I get lost in my own reverie, and then when I open my eyes, I realize he has white hair.
So that's how it's going to be tonight, huh?
Yeah.
So
good to see you, my love.
So has anybody seen us perform before?
Okay.
Well,
wow, it's rare. I don't know if we've ever had no one ever raise their hand.
Well,
I know we have one. So you're still creating the flow. Well, I feel when I look out at you that you are the same faces that I see in every concert hall that we sing for. Thirsty people who are ready to sing, who want to sing together, who want to have unity in their communities and support something like this, which is really important.
It is really important. So Marty, do you have we kind of preempted you. I don't know if you have anything to say.
Can I say it?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Can I borrow your mic for a second?
Sure.
Or one of the mics?
Wireless one is probably
There we go. That'll be easier.
the easiest.
Wow, it should be easier. Hello, everybody. Well, you all know who I am, but I do have to thank the Carol Paul Memorial Trust Fund. They're the ones that pay for all of the musical entertainment we get. And if you are watching in YouTube land, you can thank the Friends for that because they paid for all of our live streaming equipment as well. So, yes. And I'll just hit a couple things that are coming up. Of course, next week begins our Great Lakes Poetry Festival proper. On Monday, we have Dennis Henriksen, who is a really wonderful poet, was the first inaugural poet laureate of the city of Lansing, and he's going to be up here doing a reading on Monday night at 6:30 p.m. And then also, if you're interested, a workshop for beginners and seasoned poets at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. That one, the workshop is a registered event, so you do have to register for that. There's still a few spots open. But we have a great lineup of things coming up. I'm not going to go through them all because there's way too many, but we have a flyer back there. And also, I'll let you know that at the end of the month for Blues Day Tuesday, our performer is going to be Whiskey Ryan. And then next month in May, one more event I'll tell you about is the Great Michigan Read. We have Curtis Chin coming in, who wrote the book, Everything I Learned in a Chinese Restaurant. His family owned Chung's Chinese restaurant in Detroit. So if you are familiar with the Detroit area, my family comes from the Detroit area, so we were very familiar with Chung's. But anyway, Curtis is going to be here. It is a ticketed event. The tickets are free. You have to get them upstairs at the circulation desk. But if you get a ticket, you're going to get it. 5:30, we have Rice Patty coming in, and they're going to be providing light food. Don't plan on eating dinner here, but you will get food. Okay. And then at 6:30, we have Curtis Chen, who will be here, and Elizabeth Peterson, formerly of TV6, is going to be here leading a moderated discussion with Curtis about his book and his life. So do pick up those tickets. They are going much faster now. I have noticed that. So if you're interested in that event, free food, great book, great author, You can't lose with that one. So anyway, I'm going to turn it back over to these guys because you didn't come here to see me talk. So here we go, Mustard's Retreat.
Thank you so much. This is great. Well, already the set list has changed.
A dozen times. So yeah, our first time out of Michigan was a big tour to Wisconsin. So, but it was exciting. I mean, we were living in Ann Arbor, and we had a big 3-day tour. Kenosha, which is down south of Milwaukee, and La Crosse was the third day, and the middle date was Rhinelander. And yeah, and about 2 weeks before the tour started, I called up Rhinelander and I said, "I'm to advance a tour," and they said, "We've made a terrible mistake. You're coming the day of the town's annual potlucking dance, and not only will nobody be there, the promoters won't even be there. Everybody goes to the potlucking dance." And I was crushed, and they took pity on us and said, "Come play between the potluck and the dance, and we'll pass the hat." And we said, welcome to Folk Music Tour. We'll do it. But it was great. You have a great radio station here, a college radio station. WXPR is still going down there. It's independent, plays a lot. It's just not so corporate, and it's great. So they were the sponsors, and it was a wonderful event. I could talk a lot. We've been out for a week, and I have lots to say, but we're so happy. This is our third year of doing kind of a UP, Wisconsin, Minnesota tour, the beginning of April. Thank you for the weather. and
To and fro.
All right. So the Rhinelander show, there were at least 4 generations there, and it was great food, great company, grandchildren dancing the Virginia Reel with their grandparents, and just a real sense of community, which is one of the great strengths of the UP. So this is a song that came out of that night.
We tune because we care.
There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can't dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you'd wear match the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night with the moon shining so bright. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Up the floor and back again, long-time lovers, best of friends, through the changes and the years we have remained. And what was spark is now aglow, waiting only breath to blow it like kindling once again into a flame. Summer leans into the fall, full of stories to recall. Apple wine, autumn wind, in the company of friends. Let the music fine and sweet, lift the years from off our feet, and remember times we'll never see again. And there's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can't dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. and that cotton dress you wear, that's the flowers in your hair, and there's magic in the night, with the moon shining so bright. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is so fun.
The first time we were here many years ago, Libby met a relative that she had not seen in, 50
She moved
years?
here from Alaska for the weather.
Yeah.
She was the only woman, she actually made the international news, the only woman in Willow, Alaska, I think it was, who was in the Women's March. One woman march. Yeah. That was good.
So, yeah, so
I can see her just sitting right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, those years.
So we're staying out east of town, the Econo Lodge, and there are all these, and we went up to Presque Isle Park today, all these, like mounds of snow with sand on them, and we asked Megan at the desk I said, what are these? Is snow just dumped there? And she said, no, the storms come in, and then I have to go out and tell people trying to walk. I go out and tell them, you're going to die.
You're hollow underneath. You're going to die.
Downstaters are coming in and walking, thinking it's solid snow and ice. I mean,
I love people.
yeah.
She's so
So, all right. So this is a sing along. This is written by a guy from northern Wisconsin named Pat Wiley, who live out off the grid, and they have a Victrola out on their screen porch and put it on in the evenings and dance to the barred owl. Does anybody know what the barred owl says? Who cooks for you? Right, that's your part. We're not going to give you a song you know first, but this is your part. Who cooks for you? So
That's it?
so this is
The Lithuanian verse, we'll let you sing that later when we get to it.
out on the front porch, under the stars, far from the city lights, noise in the cars, with the crickets and the tree frogs and the whippoorwill calls, we dance to the barred owl waltz. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owl said. Who cooks for you? It's a piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Well, we seldom see them, but we know when they're there, for their voices drift sweetly on the cool forest air. From an ocean of trees to our front porch dance hall, where we sway to the barred owl waltz. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owl said. Who cooks for you? It's the piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Well, they ask the same question of us every night. Can it be they've grown tired of eating raw mice? Maybe we should invite them to our next barbecue. They can dance to the barred owl too. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owl said. Who cooks for you? It's the piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? That's the southern barred owl.
Thank you. Charming little tune.
You know, it just struck me that, you guys are maybe the only people that can say we want to go down to Wisconsin. So it's like, but so this is another Wisconsin song, and we we tell a lot of stories while we're touring around the country, and we like to talk about the UP a lot, and Michigan,
Love it.
and urge people to come and visit, maybe not stay, but so.
That joke has never gotten a bigger laugh than up here when you say it.
That's right. So, but we, the song, we don't want people to come and be challenged by the.
We feel that there are dialect differences that they should be more understanding and aware of. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We don't
Like a
want we
public-
don't want them to be
Public service. Public service announcement,
that's right.
kind of like that.
So so this is another song that you can sing along. I'll start it. You'll get the chorus. Hope you don't mind when an old man sings. Helps me to keep my mind on things.
Thank
They
you.
don't get that everywhere.
They don't
In
get
fact,
that
most
one
places
everywhere.
they don't. When I go where the animals thrive, I sing this song on the treacherous drive. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. That's your
Dem
part.
deer.
Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. At dawn in fields and carnivorous groves, bucks and does come alive in droves. Just when you think that the coast is clear, there in the road is the white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. In venison land as the day goes by, deer lay low while the sun is high. Sun goes down, night draws near, twilight brings out the white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Bucks bed down where the tall grass grows. Fawns stay does where the does does here, does there, and those are the habits of the white-tailed deer. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Dem deer dare here, dem dare 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 here, dare 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 everywhere. Written by Peter and Lou Berryman. So we're going to do it. We're actually going to do a traditional Michigan song. We are folk singers. We came out of the traditional music. We had one foot in the tradition and one foot in the Beatles and Bob Dylan, and it was like it was a great combination. So there's an old sailing song. I come from Connecticut called the Seaman's Alphabet. And they go through the sailor's alphabet. They go through the alphabet, looking at each letter means something in a sailor's life. And this is the one for the lumbermen. I think it was written here in Michigan. A for the axe, you very well know. B for the bullies who use it just so. C for the chopping that makes the woods ring. D for the danger we always are in. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. E for the echo that through the woods rang. F for the foreman, the head of our gang. G for the grindstone so often we turn. H for the handle so smoothly now worn. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. I for the iron that marketh the pine. J for the jolly boys never behind. K for the keen edge our broad axes keep. L for the lice that keeps us from sleep. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. M for the moss we stuff in our camps. N for the needle we use in our pants. O for the owl that hoots all the night. P for the pine that falls just right. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. Q for the quarreling on which we thrive. R for the river we love so to drive. S for the sleigh so stout and strong. T for the team that hauls them along. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. U for the underwear, flannel and red. V for the valley where we lie our dead. W the woods we leave each year. X stands for nothing a logger would hear. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down. Y for the yell when the timber comes down. Z for the zeal of the dances in town. When the ring of the lumberjack's piano is o'er, it's back to the forest we'll venture once more. When the Michigan pines come tumbling down. When the Michigan pines come down.
That's good. What do you think?
So when I was growing up, we lived with my aunt because my folks couldn't afford a house of their own, and it was a great house. My favorite room was the basement because my aunt was a hoarder, and like as a kid, it was the house that had been built for her mom in about 1938 or so, and it had all sorts of great stuff down there, decoys and all sorts of magazines, and it had a big white cabinet. It was about 6 feet long and 7 feet high, and at the end of the cabinet, it had all these canned jars of tomatoes, and I was just fascinated by that. Nobody ever talked about them. Nobody ever touched them except when one would explode, and they would. I think they were canned for World War II. Yeah, so and nobody ever ate them. But as soon as I could have a garden, I did, and I started canning. So this is a song by a guy from Iowa named Greg Brown, who's a pretty famous songwriter, and he comes up and has done a lot of benefits for the Yellow Dog River to save that from development. I've got peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. There's a fruit cellar down below. Duck your head now, down you go. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. Well, maybe you're weary and you don't give a damn. I bet you never tasted her blackberry jam. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. She's got magic in her fingers, you know what I mean. She puts the sun and moon in with the green beans. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. When I go see my grandma, I gain a lot of weight. With her dear hand, she gives me plate after plate. She cans the pickles, sweet and dill, cans the songs of the whippoorwill, and the morning dew and the evening moon. And I've really gotta go see her pretty soon, 'cause these canned foods you buy at the store, they ain't got the summer in them anymore. And you bet Grandma, sure as you're born, I'll take some more potatoes in a thunderstorm. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. So let those December winds billow and blow. I'm as warm as a July tomato. I've got peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars.
Thank you, everybody. So nice to be here.
So,
What do you got there?
I'm thinking we do gather the family.
That
You know,
sounds great.
My dad's family came from Lithuania, and my grandmother was about 5 when she came over in 1907. My grandfather a couple of years later, and they had a big family, and they lost track of them in 1937, right before the Second World War. All the letters stopped. Nobody knew anything. And we had a chance to go over and tour in 2011. So I looked in what was left of my grandmother's remains, and there was a passport, her passport from when she was 5. There was a partial letter written in an old form of Lithuanian. Nobody knew what it said. It was just like the second and third page of a letter. And then there was a little green money order, U.S. money order for $15. And that's all I had. And I went to the Balzika Center down in Chicago at Lithuanian Museum and Genealogical Service. And they translated the letter. They said, this letter is from your great-grandfather to your grandfather. And it says, greetings from your dad, Nikos, and his wife, and the brother and sister and their kids. That took up all 2 pages. There was nothing else except greetings and hope you're well. But the money order, they said this money order, this word on this money order, Zervino, that's the name of a village that still exists in Lithuania. And then she took this piece of paper off her desk and she said, and here's a list of 20 people who still live in that area that have your last name. I was like, wow. So
Tamulevich. I mean,
Tamulevich.
up here you'd think it was.
It's like Smith over in Lithuania. I mean, it's like I was amazed. We were doing one concert, and these girls came up afterwards and said, "Oh, our uncle here lives in the same village, has the same last name as you," and turned out he was not related at all. So, but I wrote the letter. They translated it, sent it over, and somebody responded 2 weeks later saying, "I'm your cousin. That's my mother in that letter." And so we're related. And they gave us the day off from the tour to go visit. And it was really a rustic village out in the middle of the forest in Lithuania. There was the house that they'd been in, they told me, for 250 years, and they couldn't remember anything beyond that. It was like, it had just gotten electricity, and there was no plumbing, and it was. And when I got there for the reunion, found out one of my uncles was at the well and drew up this water and gave me a cup, and he said something to me, and my cousin, who was 20, and all the young kids speak English over there, they said, yes, he's saying to you, now drink the water that your grandfather drank. I mean, it was really, yes, it was great. We have lots of stories about it, but this is a song that we had written many years before this about a lot of things, but about family. And we did this for them. We stood up at the table and sang it. And the last verse will be in Lithuanian.
There's the one you can join in on.
So. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome, good stranger, come in.
Our
Voices together, all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Our ancestors came from away, far away, from 1,000 traditions and kin. What we all share together is we stand here today with a chance to start over again. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome, good stranger, come in. Our voices together, all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Our measure of worth's not in power or gold. The greatest truth comes from the heart, and it's how we take care of the weak and the old. And this is a place we can start. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome, good stranger, come in. Our voices together, all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. And so, like a forest, our roots hold the past, while our branches reach into the sky. Let our gift to our children be family that lasts, and a future to which they can fly. Gather the family, here we belong, and a welcome, good stranger, come in. Our voices together, all singing one song, and it's here that the future begins. Susiborgam ishema, chamusu vieta, sveitengas preedig duje. Lig de one dalen mes viena daina, atetus prasididace.
David Tamulevich.
So, we'll teach you your Lithuanian word for the night. It's ačiū.
Ačiū.
Not ačiū, but ačiū, which means thank you in Lithuanian.
Ačiū.
So, ačiū. So when we flew over, we flew out of Chicago, had to change planes in Helsinki, Finland. Some of you may have finished background. So we got into Helsinki about 6 a.m, and they had an English language radio station on, and the morning DJ jockey. It was kind of like AM radio. You know how obnoxious that can be. You know, and the guy came on and say, "Hey, this is Sven. You're listening to Radio Helsinki from the Arctic to the Baltic. And we hear it's really cold up north today. We hear it's 50 degrees below zero, and we're going to find out if that's true. And I'm going to pick somebody from our database and randomly call them." So he called her up. He got an old woman, and she answered hello. And he said, "It's Sven from Radio Helsinki." And she said, "Oh, hello, Sven." They all know Sven. And he said, "Are you listening to the show yet?" And she goes, No, I just got up and I'm putting stoking up the stove." And he said, "Well, we hear that it's really cold up there in the north, and we would like you to tell us how cold it is." So she said, "Well, let me go look at a thermometer." And she went away, and she came back a few seconds later, and she said, "Sven, it's 15 degrees below zero." And he was incredulous. He goes, "No, that can't be. We hear it's 50 degrees below zero." And she laughed, and she said, "Oh, you mean outside?" You guys get it. We told that joke in Richmond, Virginia, and they were just like in stunned silence. So that was great. Allison, what are we gonna? Oh,
I have no idea what you're gonna do.
yeah, let's do Hammer. Yeah. So.
Yeah. We had the privilege to work with Peter Yarrow from Peter, Paul, and Mary for the last, I don't know how many years, but it was a lot of fun to do shows with him. And we did a few shows in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we did. And actually, when he was here in Marquette, I don't know how many people got to see him. That was the summer we couldn't make it. We were just dying because we wanted to come up to the UP with that tour, but we couldn't do it. So this is our own version of.
If you remember.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out the morning, I'd hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters. Over this land. And if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out the love between brothers and sisters. Over this land. And if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening. Over this land, I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out the love between my brothers and my sisters. Over this land. Now I've got a hammer,
I got a hammer.
I've got a bell,
I got a bell.
I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between brothers and my sisters. Over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between brothers and sisters. Over this land, all over this land, all over this land.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, so last year we were playing in Luck, Wisconsin, which is about an hour maybe northeast of Minneapolis. And after the show, a couple of people came up and said, there's a Wisconsin verse to that song. And we said, okay, we want to hear it. So this is kind of the Peter, Paul, and Mary version, but
Ready for this one?
if I had a cow, I'd milk it in the morning, I'd milk it in the evening, all over this land. I'd milk out butter, I'd milk out cream, I'd milk out cottage cheese, all that I can squeeze,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna. Let's do Jeremy Brown.
Sure.
You know, childhood. I think there are just things that you have to learn. There are rites of passage, and it's tough because when you're a kid, you have nothing to fall back on. You have no experience, and I don't know. I wrote this song just kind of as a hope for that kids who are going through some kind of rough time or another just find a little piece of grace in there, and with all the horrible things in the world these days, I like to dedicate this to all the children who have been taken out of the Ukraine into the Soviet or into Russia, and nobody knows what's happened to them. It's like it's so horrible, and just hope that something will go well for them. In the heart of the winter, the year I turned 10, my father took sick and died. With a scratchy old farm, 6 kids and lean times, Mama fought pretty hard to get by. Spring was turning to summer when a man he came traveling through. Said he'd work till the harvest was all stored away, and that meals in a room it would do. It was that or the banks, so my mom signed him on. His name it was Jeremy Brown. On the front porch we'd gather when dinner was done, and the evening was settling down. And he'd tell us his stories of traveling, sing old friends and places he'd been. And he mended our hearts on those long summer nights, taught me to smile once again. He'd sing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I've cried. But the answers, they'll come by and by. He worked hard as 2 men, was quick with a grin, though a distance remained in his eyes. And he never did say why he took to the road, and we knew well enough not to pry. But he understood how I was feeling, or at least to me that's how it seemed. And late in the night, as I lay in my bed, his songs they'd run through my dreams, singing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry, how I've cried. But the answers, they'll come by and by. October it came, the last corn was in. Jeremy's packed up to go. Heading down south was about all he would say. If he'd be back, he just didn't know. But I think that I knew as he held me, when somehow I could smile through the tears, that if I needed a friend, I would find him again in this song that I've sung all these years. I sing, ooh, There's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry how I've cried. And the answers, they've come by and by. There's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry. Yes, to cry how I've cried. And the answers, they've come by and by.
So a long time ago, my boss at 215 North Main Street, Ann Arbor, at the old Heidelberg restaurant, shout out Fritz. He said, Libby, we need entertainment in the Rathskeller. Take auditions. And so I took auditions, and in walked this character. And he got hired. I hired him for his first. I didn't know he'd never had a gig and never auditioned. I didn't know that. That was new, but it didn't matter.
I was not that much of a rube.
No, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you that. So okay. So in honor of being in the library here, we're going to do a couple literary things. Back about a little over like 110 years ago, there was a newspaper guy who'd moved to New York. His name was Guy Wetmore Carroll. And he was a young fellow, but he loved to take fairy tales and give them a twist. And I think he was the originator of the fractured fairy tale. So this is one that he did. It's my favorite. It's called The Embarrassing Episode of Little Miss Muffet. Now, Little Miss Muffet discovered a tuffet, which hadn't occurred to the rest of us. And as 'twas a June day, and just about noonday, she wanted to eat, like the best of us. Her diet was whey, and I hasten to say it is wholesome, and people grow fat on it. The spot being lonely, the lady not only discovered the tuffet, but sat on it. A rivulet gabbled beside her and babbled, as rivulets always are thought to do. And dragonflies sported around and cavorted, as poets say dragonflies ought to do. When glancing aside for a moment, she spied a horrible sight that brought fear to her. A hideous spider was sitting beside her, and most unavoidably near to her. Albeit unsightly, the creature politely said, "Madam, I earnestly vow to you, I'm penitent that I did not bring my hat. I should otherwise certainly bow to you." Though eager to please, he was so ill at ease that he lost all his sense of propriety, and grew so inept that he clumsily stepped in her plate, which is barred in society. Now this curious error completed her terror. She shuddered, and growing much paler, not only left Tuffet, but dealt him a buffet, which doubled him up in a sailor's knot. Now it should be explained that at this he was pained. He cried, "I have vexed you, no doubt, your fists like a truncheon. You're still in my luncheon," was all that she answered. "Get out." The moral is this: be it madam or miss, to whom you have something to say, is only absurd if you get in the curd. But it's rude if you get... Winkin?
Sure.
So we played down in Oak Park, Illinois last Wednesday.
Their library.
And we did this song. This song was written by a man named Eugene Field. It was been published in about 1898. Eugene Field was, I think he was known as a children's poet. He wrote The Gingham Dog and The Calico Cat side by side, and one of the things I like about this song and being in this folk music, I don't know, it's like we feel like links in a chain, that now some links in a chain like that last one could probably be forgotten, but it's when I was a kid, my aunts used to read this poem to me at bedtime, and I think it's cool that when it was a brand new poem and it was a sensation when it came out when they were little girls, and I was lucky enough to find a piece of music for it. Winking and blinking and nod one night, sail off in a wooden shoe. Sail on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. Where are you going? And what do you wish? The old moon asked the three. We have come to fish for the herring fish that live in the beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we. So winking, blinking, and nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in a wooden shoe. And the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the sea of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in the beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never a fear do we. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, waking, blinking, and nod. All night long their nets they cast to the stars in twinkling foam. Then down from the sky came a wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so lovely sail it seemed as if it could never be. Some folk thought 'twas a dream they dreamed of sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you fishermen three, winking, blinking, and nod. Winking and blinking are two little eyes, and nod is a little head. And the wooden shoe that sailed the sky is a wee once trundle bed. So shut your eyes now as mother sings of wonderful sights to be. And you will see all those beautiful things as you rock on a misty sea. Where the old shoe rocked, the fishermen three, winking, blinking, and nod.
I love singing that song. Thank you.
So, you know what? So this is we'll dedicate this one to Marty and to Poetry Week here. Black and White Clouds. So when we were in Lithuania, there was we were paired up with other Lithuanian singers, and this one guy I really liked, Domantas Razauskis. He knew English pretty well, and we got to talking. And when I got home, I found one of his songs on YouTube, and I really liked it, though I couldn't understand it in Lithuanian. And I called him up and said, "Can you translate this?" And he goes, "Oh, no, it's poetry, and this, there's rhymes and alliteration, and I can't do it." And so I said, okay. And about 10 years later, I met a guy down in Ann Arbor who's also Lithuanian, and I played it for him. He liked it. He said, let's translate it together.
The whole process of this is incredibly intense because as you try to make rhymes in English out of something that's an entirely different language, there's that. But then to make the sentiment...
Well, it was poetry. So, poetry. So there was that complication. It was Lithuanian. Lithuanian is the oldest Indo-European language in Europe. And it's beautiful, but it's got lots of... It's complicated. And so... but then as we were translating it, he said, well, this is Buddhist. I thought, but he's a Buddhist. My friend Jonas was a Buddhist. So it was like we would take one line and it was like, what did he say literally and what did he mean in Buddhist context? And then how do we say
that in English and make it rhyme?
Yeah, how do we say that in English and make it rhyme? And it was a fascinating. It really was a lot of fun. So this is a song about Buddha and reincarnation. And the line I'll tell you about was when Buddha was born, the story goes, that all the other deities of the time didn't want him around. So they shot arrows at him and threw spears at the baby Buddha. And all of those spears and arrows turned into flowers and flew away. And that's the...
There's a line in there.
And this is not a sing-along, it's an ah-along. And you'll
nice.
You'll get where it is. Dawn is breaking, everything's changing now. No more questions, love is around us all. In the silence your hand caresses my eyes. Why should we dance through the autumn, then say goodbye? We'll learn to live when our eyes clear, and the end we can see. Your face shines with the beauty and wisdom of three. Water echoes the songs of an unseen wren. Between black and white clouds, we're in the middle again. You woke up a long time ago and the blossoms flew away. I'll run with you, there's no time to ask you to stay. 1,000 lifetimes and more and over and then we try to wake up but find we're still sleeping again. Everything passes, how quickly the moment is gone. There's no time to understand the person I've found. Water gives voice to the songs of an unseen wren. Between black and white clouds, we're in the middle again. And don't say goodbye if you really don't know that it is. This moment is over, the future will know only this. Your hand like the rain kisses and caresses my eyes. Why should we dance through the autumn, then say goodbye? And don't think if nothing is happening, everything's is done. Awake in the morning, rising beneath the new sun. Bird songs fill the air, we fly to that sound. Here in the blue skies lie between black and white clouds. Bird songs fill the air, we fly to that sound. Here in the blue skies lie between black and white clouds.
Oh, thank you, everybody. This has been a great night. I'm so glad that you could come. I'm so glad that it's just lovely to see you, my dear. And everybody who is just involved in this whole program is just really, this has been special.
Yeah, I wrote this song in the middle of November 2004 after the presidential election, and I wasn't feeling too good about it. I was thinking, boy, politics has gotten so ugly. How's it ever going to get any worse? But this community, we consider you all family. That really there are a lot of places like this around the country, really below publicity radar, where people get together and sing and perform, and there's so much talent out there and so much heart. People are
And goodwill.
And that's what we think, that there is a common ground beyond politics and beyond religion, and that's why I wrote this song, because that's what I was shooting for. It's like, yeah, I was just trying to find that place. Here's the chorus. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. No room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith, and living a life of grace every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. Live in the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Thank you,
Liana.
thank you. We have, we have our CDs on the back table. Like we have been going. This is our 52nd year, so we've made about 20 CDs, and I have about 5,000 in my basement. But they're all really good. We sell them for $10 a piece, and 3 for $25. And I'm trying to move them out so my daughter doesn't have to deal with them once I'm gone. But thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for the Peter White Library.
Yes.
If you don't know about Peter White, we read about him this afternoon.
He was a giver.
He was beyond incredible. Beyond, it was just so. He was just amazing. Somebody should write a song about him. But there, here is the legacy, and Presque Isle Park is the legacy, and so many other things. So you're lucky to have the series. Thank you for supporting it and coming out for people like us that you don't even know. That makes the world turn. So thank you for all the work you do.
Appreciate it. The heat of the moon. Thank you. It's so nice.
I saw you had another one, so I thought you were going to be okay.
Yeah.